Hi, I'm Meg.
And I'm David.
Welcome to The Average Vegans, a podcast to help you live an attainable vegan lifestyle. We're not the ripped influencer vegans you hear about in other podcasts. We're just some ordinary people living in the South, eating plants and loving animals.
And on today's episode, we are discussing as I tongue tie the beginning. You know what? We're gonna keep on going. We'll keep going. Today we're going to discuss vegan skincare products.
Yay. And vegan skincare in general.
And yes, in general.
You know.
Yeah, this was not my. This is very much Meg's world. It's not mine. Mine. Now I try. I do like I use like a little loofah thing and stuff when I shower, and I put lotion on every night and beard oil and stuff in. But I'm 30, 38, 39 this year. But I step that game up. So I asked Meg to kind of take the reins, which is not really a vegan phrase, but oh well.
Never even thought about it.
Yeah, look at that.
We could do a whole episode on non-vegan phrases.
Oh my god. Okay, write that one down.
We could.
So how about ask you to take the lead.
There you go.
On this one.
There you go.
Pick some products out for me, which we will talk about later. And also, she knows much more about this world than I do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sign off. Let you take over. Bye. No, I'm just kidding.
So part of my self-care routine is skincare, and it has been for many years now. I don't do skincare just to care for my skin. Oh, weird concept. I know. I also do it because it is relaxing. It's soothing. It's a nice little ritual for myself. When I do my morning skincare, that's like my wake up time. When I do my nighttime skincare, it's like my way to let myself know this is, time for bed, time to wind down. So it's just kind of part of my day.
It's ritualistic, kind of get you ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah. I also listen to a lot of podcasts that talk about like skincare. There's one called Forever 35, great podcast. And they talk a lot about skincare. But like vegan skincare specifically is becoming more common, more readily available at average everyday stores. You see the word vegan more frequently than ever before on skincare products. And you see it with major brands, which is really exciting. So we're going to talk a lot about like what to avoid in skincare to make sure that it's vegan. Because as we all know, even if it says it, we all should check labels just because you never know. So we're going to talk about all that. We're going to give you some kind of a little rundown of different types of skincare, and then some companies that you can check into, do your own research about, and find some skincare products for yourself. So Let's start off by clarifying the difference between being vegan and being cruelty-free.
Yeah.
Because you see this quite frequently in skincare, and if you are not aware of the difference, you'll see cruelty-free and think it's vegan, and it's not. What is your saying?
Oh, vegan is cruelty-free, but cruelty-free isn't vegan.
Right. Yeah. So it could be cruelty-free products can be ethically sourced. They can be not tested on animals, but that doesn't mean they don't contain an animal byproduct in there, which is like, sounds really confusing to the average person, It sounds very odd. Like you just think if you're not vegan that the word cruelty free means the same thing, and it's such trickery. I hate that. Just the same thing as plant-based. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, most products will have both on there, kind of just CYA. But if you see vegan, you can just assume cruelty free because it means it's not tested on animals. It's sourced ethically. And there's no animal products in the product itself. If it says cruelty free, it may be ethically sourced. Maybe like ethical source palm oils and stuff like that in it. But usually if it says cruelty-free, it means it wasn't tested on animals. But it can still have, some of the items we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the main thing. That's the main thing is you want to find certified vegan on the product. If you don't see that, honestly, for me, if I'm looking at a product that and that type of product usually is usually either non-vegan or like can be either or. If it doesn't say it is vegan on it, I usually won't even like nope, because it's too risky for me.
It's very tricky, and skincare is tricky in and of itself, but the companies can use, some very shady marketing practices to kind of make you feel like it's perfectly vegan. That cruelty-free sticker, isn't it like a bunny or something like that? Like, they just find that so tricky. It's like, stop it. So that's our first thing. Make sure that it says vegan. Cruelty-free is not the same thing. So let's talk a little bit about what vegan skincare is. Mm-hmm. So that would be anything that uses plant-based synthetic ingredients that are not made from animal products. Now, that list of animal products is long, and it's in a lot of things, guys.
Yeah.
Like beeswax, honey, collagen, lanolin, keratin, carmine, and silk. In a lot of things, especially the beeswax. Oh man.
Yes, it is everywhere.
It's everywhere. And honey a lot too in skincare. It's because like when I was a kid, we would make homemade masks, because you really couldn't like go to the store and get like like a face mask like you do now. That just wasn't really a thing. So we would make homemade ones with like honey and sugar or some weird crap like that. So like you see that a lot in skincare. Some of these are just so prevalent, and then some are just, occasionally.
Yeah, I mean, beeswax and honey, because it's a wax, they're smooth. So they do have some moisturizing properties, but of course they are not vegan items, vegan products. I hate saying products because animals aren't products, but
right.
That's what it is. Of course, we know lanolin comes from wool, and keratin is what your hair and what your fingernails are made out of. So usually that comes from like feathers and horns and non-wool type hairs and furs.
Okay.
I know carmine. We actually talked about carmine. It's used in foods, and especially for like dyes and stuff like that. That comes from beetles, and we all know where silk comes from. Someone was actually surprised. A few people have been surprised that like, oh well, why isn't silk vegan? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, well, it's like a webbing. It's just like, it's like a byproduct. Like, nope. Silkworms are crushed and destroyed in the process. They're agitated to form their silk, and they take that away, and they're killed in the process. And they're heated, and they burn to death, essentially.
It's awful.
Yeah. So yeah, I have to explain silk more often than I think I should have to.
Right.
But yeah, silk definitely.
Yeah. Honey, you have to explain a lot too. People just don't get that bees are harmed or that it's not ours to take.
Yeah.
Not for me. Thankfully, I hate the taste of honey, so that's never been a problem for me.
See, I love honey. I used to put honey on all kinds of shit, but there's actually a lot of other options. There's actually, have you had the bee-free honey? It's like HONE.
No.
It's made from apples. It's really good, actually.
Okay, I mean, I could try it. The reason I hate honey, we'll go off on a little tangent, is because I could not swallow pills until I was like 14. And I still have a problem with it. I just get terrified I'm going to choke or whatever. Because I have choked twice in my life and had to have the Heimlich. So I'm just like very cautious. So pills have always been a problem for me. And when I was little, my mom would crush up pills and mix them with honey. Why? Why, guys? Let's just logically think this through here. You just give me this big globby, gross pile of sticky aspirin. Like, why? Why?
Because you can't spit it out.
It's just
in cases you're screwed. You have no choice. Yeah.
Yeah. So now if I taste honey, not that I have in the last 5 years, but if I were, it tastes like medicine. Like my brain just automatically goes, oh, there's like aspirin tint to it. It's just ruined.
Interesting.
Ruined.
Although that'd be interesting. I wonder how many plant-based sweeteners there are. There's not like maple syrup and agave like there. And that could be another little episode of
vegan sweeteners. Yeah. I like that idea because I haven't explored enough. So, Okay, back to skincare.
Yes. So everyone, we can diverge a little bit. Especially
That's
me.
why you're
I'm bad
here.
about it. Yeah.
All right. So we talked about the things to look out for, to avoid. Now, there's one little tip to keep in mind. And as I was doing a little bit of research for this episode, I came across this tip. It hadn't occurred to me. And then I got very stressed because I was worried some of my stuff was expired. So vegan products, they can have preservatives in them that are not from animal products. And if that's possible, then they will have the same kind of life expectancy as a non-vegan skincare product. However, if they don't include chemical preservatives, your skincare may expire faster. Never occurred to me to ever check that. And it may require different, like lower temperatures when you store it. It could have like a whole different kind of thought process around it. So it is important to read the directions, all the little notes on your skincare products to make sure. That's why it's become pretty popular. This is going to sound wasteful. This is why I haven't bought one of these, but a lot of women are using little tiny baby skincare like fridges in their bathrooms, like little tiny ones, just to keep their products in there because it helps them stay like better longer. They don't expire nearly as quickly. And then cold skincare is really good for your skin. I have rosacea, so I get redness in my cheeks. And if my skincare is like a little bit chilled, it makes it so much better. Like the redness goes away much. So that's something to look into.
So what happens if it expires? Is it like burn your skin off, or is it just like not potent, or does it?
It won't be as potent. It won't work as effectively, and
Okay.
you may have like a reaction. There's no way to know. I did have one skincare product go bad, and it was because it got like mixed up with a bunch of other stuff, and I didn't see it in there, and it was one color when I bought it. When I found it again, I was like, that is not the same color. That is going in the garbage. And I was super bummed. But like, it's very important to know how to properly store your skincare, especially if it's vegan, because of the expiration and, the ability to stay fresh for longer. So that's a little tip. Also, keep in mind. I really want one of those little fridges in my bathroom, but I feel like that's just wasteful. It's more electricity. I don't need it. Really want it, though.
I have like 3 monitors, a laptop, a 3D printer behind me. And I can't talk about like too much electricity because basically it's bananas around here.
Yeah. I really want one of those little fridges. They're just so cute.
They
and
are
I
cute.
love cold skincare so much.
Yeah, they are cute.
I also use like one of those jade roller things. And if you get that cold too, so much better. But like my kitchen's all the way downstairs. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it.
Fair enough.
We'll see. All right. About different kinds of skincare products. So there's quite a bit. It grows all the time because we are told that we need all these products to have perfect skin. Probably don't, but I eat into it, and I love more skin products the merrier.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing because, like, if anything, it's kind of that's a bit of a self care and it kind of gives you the rituals that you need to either get up in the morning or in your day. So I do think some stuff is like, do we need that? But who you hurting?
Right.
Yeah, do you really need like that really like obscure moisturizing serum, or is it because it smells nice and it feels fun putting it on? Both are okay. It's just like, but it makes you happy, it makes you feel good, and who cares?
That reminds me of something else to avoid. Totally in the wrong section of the podcast, but it just occurred to me. They now have these products that use like snail.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard of that. That is grody. I've heard of that.
I know. I
These
saw
snail
it. I was
slime?
looking for some. Oh, it's so gross. I was looking for some new skincare products the other day, and I was like, "What in the F are you talking about?"
I've seen ads for it. Yeah.
Nope. I'm not doing it. No, poor little snail. No.
We're,
Oh, gross.
we're terrible.
God. It really is.
We're very bad for everything.
Disgusting. Okay, types of skincare products. Cleansers. Duh. You have to clean your face. It's a requirement. I know you don't think so. You need to.
Yeah.
And don't use bar soap, David. Use a cleanser.
I was using bar soap. I was using like body shampoo stuff.
Okay, that's better. Wow.
Hey. All right. Make fun of me. I didn't know what I was doing.
You have beautiful skin for someone that has not taken care of it.
In my defense, I have been moisturizing every time I got out of the shower for like a few years. So
That's
I've done
good.
that.
Moisturizing is important. Cleansers. So I am a weirdo, and if I use, I only use a cleanser at night, and if I use like sunblock, or any kind of like, I don't really wear makeup anymore, but if I use anything besides skincare products on my skin, I do a double cleanse at night. I know, sounds weird. Let me explain. It'll sound even crazier. So I use a cleanser with one of those little brushes, those little motorized brushes.
Oh,
ladies,
yeah.
you'll know what I'm talking about. Around my face, and it like buffs and cleans my face. So I use a cleanser with water and all that stuff, and I clean my face. I use a Pacifica Beauty product to cleanse my face, and after that I use I think it's the Mad Hippie oil cleanser. Oil cleansing sounds really strange, but it's my favorite part of my entire skincare routine. So
it also sounds like a diet craze. I'm doing an oil cleanse.
It does. Ew, no, that's not what I mean.
Anyway,
you put some of this oil cleanser in your hand. You rub it all over your face, like your eyes, because I wear mascara every day. Scrub those up, scrub all over your face. You never have to use water. You just like wet a washcloth. You don't like actually splash water on your face. And then you just wipe all of it off. So it's my second cleanse because it gets anything left over, from that first one, but it also moisturizes, adds a bunch of that nutrients back into my skin, because cleansing can be a little stripping of your moisture if you use like a water-based cleanser. So I like to follow up with an oil cleanser. Quiet, but it's just my little tip that I love. After cleansing, some people use a toner. I'm not a big toner person. It's one of those as we were saying earlier, one of those products where you're like, do we really need it?
what is the toner for? What is it? What is the purpose?
A toner is liquidy. It's super liquidy, and it is supposed to like refresh your face, kind of help with your pores a little bit, to like shrink them a little bit, and just kind of like freshen up, add a little bit of moisture. It really doesn't have a whole bunch of a purpose. There are some that are for specific like skincare issues that might be a little bit better. But for me, a toner just feels like a step that I don't need to do. But also, like you said, it doesn't hurt anything. So right. You find one you like. It could be a really nice, like quick little addition. I like the spray toners if I'm going to use one, because then you can just kind of spritz your face and be done with it, kind of thing.
Okay, I've seen that people use like that sort of thing. It's like a refresh, kind of a.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like a little bring you back, just like
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if they're not like a spray, people will put them on like or put it on a cotton pad and rub it on your face. But I mean, if I'm going to use a toner, I prefer a spray. But again, they go for a bunch of different issues. And that leads into our next kind of skincare product, serums. These are the most popular skincare product right now because you can use them for a variety of issues. You have redness, wrinkles, puffiness, uneven texture, whatever. there is a serum for all of it individually. It really doesn't, you can go crazy. You can buy multiples and mix and match. I also use like a vitamin C serum. So I have one that's for my redness, and I also have one for like uneven texture. So I do use multiple serums. I use one like more in the morning and one more at night so that I get kind of both benefits. But that's kind of my favorite because they're like oily, creamy. They feel good. It's also when your face gets all oily and you look all shiny. It's my favorite part. I love it. I'll come out from my skincare at night and my husband's like, gosh, they're still shiny. Like I think it's spot me from a crowd.
Got your glow up on.
Yes, literally. And then of course moisturizers. Everybody needs to use a moisturizer. Yes, you can use lotion or some kind of body stuff, but there's a lot of moisturizers that are, again, for specific issues. So I have one for my rosacea, my redness. So that's, a specific kind of moisturizer. But there's also different kinds of like, texture. There can be a cream. You can have a gel moisturizer. You can have a more oil-based moisturizer. So it kind of all depends on what feels good to you. Some people don't like the oily ones, or their skin doesn't like the oily moisturizers. So they prefer like a cream one. So it's really kind of up to you and what you prefer. I feel like I'm more of an oil person and you're more of a cream guy.
Yeah, I'm more of a cream guy. I just wait.
That sounds dirty.
Make sure I click that explicit little checkbox that I post this one. Also, I'm not. If any single ladies are out there, no, I'm just
Yes, actually.
Seriously though,
we're not kidding.
The average vegans at Gmail. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Do you live in the Atlanta area? Okay, so there's also like retinoids, retinols, those kinds of things. They it's more of like a chemical peel kind of thing. It helps with the texture. It helps like alleviate the first layer of skin. So you will experience some peeling. If you start using those kinds of products, you'll also have kind of you'll get some breakouts at first, and it's because the retinoid is pulling all of that crap out of your face, and sometimes it causes a few little issues. I've experienced that when I used to get facials, because I used to go like once a month and get like this special hydrating facial, and a lot of times afterwards I'd have like a pimple when I never get pimples, and it's because it's like pulling all that dirt and stuff out of my face, and you get a little irritated once in a while. So if you try something new and your skin kind of reacts with a few pimples, give it a chance. Keep using it. I mean, if you have like a weird rash or it burns or anything, obviously discontinue use. And then I guess my last thing is face masks. These are increasingly popular. I love laying in the bath with a sheet mask on my face that moisturizes, adds a little serum to me. I also love like a clay mask that, cleans out all my pores and gets all the junk out. So a face mask can be very relaxing. It is the most like self-care part of skincare. So I think I'm going to try to get you to do some face masks.
I'll be down.
I know.
So,
I like it.
I want maybe this is a bit of a step back or whatever, but like I want to talk about, kind of mention a bit like why do this? Like why mush chemicals all over your face? Say okay. I'll argue with them. That's not what we're doing.
That's absolutely what we're doing. Mushing chemicals all over our face.
Right. I think if you have someone who actually takes focus on skincare, or like you're a guy. Most guys we don't really think about it. One thing to bear in mind is of course, especially if you work outside or you go outside frequently, whether or not just for your job or exercise, you have UV kind of pounding, hitting you in the face at all times. Depending on where you live, you may have like a pollution issues. You live near a city, whether it be small or large. You have traffic in the area, and maybe you have some industrial sites near you. They have pollution in the air. And your skin is the largest organ on your body. on/in your body. It's on the
Yeah,
largest organ,
I guess. Yeah.
and so it's
On.
going to on the largest organ you have within your it's your largest organ. Shut up. I couldn't figure out how to say it, but you know what I'm saying.
I love you.
But it's
You're
largest
so
organ,
funny.
so it's constantly bombarded with pollutants just from your environment, dirt, grime, bacteria, germs, stuff that and you have natural bacteria on your body anyway, but this stuff that can get you sick and many things like dirt, grime, and things that actually damage your skin. Of course, you have damaged skin that makes it makes it more difficult for it to protect against UV light, and it can cause skin cancers. And plus, you're plant based. You exercise, take care of your insides. You need to work on taking care of your outside so you feel good inside and out. You can present your best self.
Exactly. And that reminds me to say that your moisturizer should always have sunscreen in it. And if you can even add an extra sunscreen, I encourage it. It's my number one recommendation. I didn't even type it down here, but it was on my mind to say, because sunblock, like protecting your skin from the sun, is more important than any skincare you could ever do. Because all these things you're doing is trying to fix problems you have and prevent others. If you had always worn sunscreen, you might not have some of those problems to begin with.
Right.
Because the sun is what screws your face up completely. Like my uneven skin like tone where I have like spots and stuff, that is from the sun. It's totally exactly that. So sunblock, SPF, very important. Highly important.
Right.
But yes, you're right. You want to present your best self. It also, nobody wants to deal with issues with your skin. That makes you, one, not confident. Two, it can be really like painful. Like
Right.
if you have cystic acne, that's very painful. And nobody wants to feel like they don't feel their best, like they're not presenting their best. And I'm not to say that if you don't have perfect skin, you're not your best. You can absolutely be. But we don't want to encourage our body to develop some kind of issues if we can avoid it. Like I'm trying to avoid skin cancer on my face, so I use SPF every day. I'm trying to avoid any kind of insane acne, so I use stuff about that too. So it's just kind of preventive care, but also just to take care of any issues that have occurred just from lack of skincare over the years, which is pretty common for a lot of people, including boys.
I'm a man. I pay my bills. I clean my house.
This makes me think of something. So I was going to say that skincare isn't just for your face. My skincare goes down my neck and onto my chest. Now, if you're David, who also doesn't have any hair in his head,
That's true.
you should also include your top of your head, especially with your sunblock and moisturizers too. So exposed skin, your ears, sunblock, like all these things need to be covered. But you can bring that skincare all the way down because all that skin's important. Duh.
Yep. Yeah, I'll talk about that's kind of what I do. Well, we'll talk about the stuff that I'm using now that you
Yes.
sent to me. We'll talk about that in a bit.
All right, so I'm going to quickly just mention a few skincare companies that I have used. I am not mentioning any that I have not used because I'm not going to endorse a company that, even if the whole world says it's great, if I've not used it, I don't even want to mention it. So I will add some links to the show notes that are to like lists that have all the vegan companies. But these are ones I have used. Completely vegan skincare companies. Pacifica Beauty, great company. You can get it at Target. You can get it at Ulta. I think it's even at like Walmart. Great company, very affordable. Derma E, not as affordable sometimes. It's a little bit more high end, but completely vegan. And I know you can get it at like Ulta and Sephora. Not really sure about Target. Dirty Hippie Cosmetics and Mad Hippie as well, I think. They are both vegan and they have some of the greatest products. I mean, you can't have hippie in your name and not be vegan. That just seems like it goes hand in hand, right? So goes well. The next one I think is going to make people pretty excited because I don't know if everybody knows this, but Elf Cosmetics. You can find Elf everywhere. Walgreens, CVS, any place you go, you can find Elf Cosmetics, and
Dollar store. They no elf.
They're
You can find elf
yeah.
at the dollar store in some areas.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. And vegan, completely, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And the cheapest freaking crap you could possibly get, and very, very good. I've used one of their moisturizers. It was like $8 and it was amazing. So definitely check out Elf, available everywhere. Aveda, Aveda. I've used like 1 or 2 products from them. Completely vegan company as well. Also readily available at most everywhere that you can go. And when you see the packaging, you're going to be like, oh, I've seen that brand before. Like, it's very rememberable. Companies that have some vegan skincare products that I have used. The Ordinary, they're working towards becoming 100% vegan. They're almost there. They have a few products that aren't, but their goal is to become 100% vegan. So I buy from them. I encourage them because I'm like, yes, go, keep it up, change your stuff, make it all vegan. Whoop, whoop. Plus, The Ordinary is high quality and super cheap. Like, you can get some really nice serums, like a neomycin, or I think that's how you say it. And it's like less than $10, really, really, really high quality, almost completely vegan. They're so close. The next one is driving me nuts about how freaking close they are. So Formula 10.0.6, a lot of like cream face masks with this company. I have probably used like 8 or 9 of their different face masks. They have really good products. They have one non-vegan product.
Huh.
Like, wouldn't you just fix it? Come on, guys. And it's like what did they say? It was like a body stick, like a body butter stick. And I was like, I'm positive you could find a different alternative, or just ditch the whole product.
Like, is it really gonna sell her? Come on.
It's so close. Oh God. So yes, those are the companies that I have used personally, that I use on a regular basis. So definitely check them out and get to know their products.
Now I had you because I might, again, like I said, I'm getting up there in them years, and my generic lotion that I use wasn't quite cutting it. I mean, I got the lotion originally for my tattoo because you got to put lotion on your tattoo as it's healing. So I was like, I have it. Just use that, and I've just put on my counter, my little tray. It's on my bathroom counter. Yeah, I'm actually one of the few men who actually cleans after themselves. I have a little tray that has all my shaving stuff and my face stuff, and this little tray, so I can pick it up and clean the counter off, put it back. So you suggested mainly with the cleansers. You suggested that there's the Formula 1006, a couple of them, and some Elves.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up going with the Formula 1006 Best Face Forward Daily Foaming Cleanser. I'm going with that one. Primarily, most of these are actually they're all fairly well priced. It wasn't a price issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at smell, what the odor was.
Yeah, David has a weird issue with smell, and
Seriously.
I can't. It's not like I can go and smell things, so I
Right.
can't really
The
tell
internet
you.
the internet hasn't perfected scratch and sniff yet, so we're not quite there. We're working on it, guys. We're trying to find a way to do it. We're not quite there. There's certain things you probably shouldn't have it on, though. But yeah, that one seemed like it had the best like scent to it. It does smell so good. It's like, what is it? It's like papaya, and like, it was really good. I pulled it up. It was a papaya.
I really love their
Passion.
branding too.
Oh yeah, me too. The branding was cool, but I'm a UI person, so the branding has to be on point for me. Passion fruit and green tea. It smells so good. It's like,
oh, that is a good combo.
Yeah. So I actually keep it in the shower.
Perfect.
And I'm sure most people like you shower top down. So I have my normal body wash I use. Probably not the best, but it's what I've got so far. That's something else we can talk about. But it's just funny. So I have a silicone loofah, so I use that on my head, and then I do my beard with the same thing. But my loofah has like these little spikes on the back. They're meshing. It's actually supposed to be for hair and for beard. But then I have there's like a little hand loofah. It's like a little tiny little oval, and I put I get the cleanser and I foam it up. I put it on my face. Actually, and I put it down my head and down my neck.
Good,
And
good,
I take the
good.
loofah and like it has like this little spot you put your thumb, and I go over my face, over my head, and my neck with it, and then I rinse off.
Exfoliating.
Huh? Yeah, I did it
You're
right.
exfoliating. I'm so proud of you.
Yay. And then as body washes everything else. And then when I go to the shower, I use my hands get all wrapped around my cables. I use a serum after that.
Yes.
So you suggest either ordinary in the ordinary, the entire range, and but I think went the ordinary's buffet, which is what you.
Buffet's so good.
Yeah, that's you highly recommended that. So it's like, all right, we're going with that guy. So I think so. I do the same thing. I put it says like a few drops, but I do the whole like dropper because
I always do too much.
Why do because
go down?
Huh?
Because I go down,
Well,
so I need more.
Right. Well, I do it on my face and I put it on my head and I do it on my neck. So I do the whole thing.
Right.
Because the thing is about because your face, but my head's exposed to the elements as well. It also gets oily and stuff because it's your scalp.
Right.
So I do like the hand flappy thing.
Love it.
I'm like, because I put it on, it has to absorb. It takes a while. I'm like, it's like oh yeah, the hand flappy thing, like I see women do in videos.
I love it. I love it.
It works,
so
and that feels good too. I'm like, I see how somebody else do that. I get it.
I'll take one of my sheet masks and fan myself, but I'm like, I am so bougie right now.
I know. I'm like, I can think of like when I have a girlfriend who comes in, it's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I put my serum on. Stop.
She'd be like, I understand. I get it.
That'd be like, are you little? No.
Nope.
It's just chapstick.
Well, then.
No, that's a TikTok joke. You see that TikTok? What, mama? Are you gay? It's just chapstick. Anyway, I have to find one. It's really funny. Okay, sorry guys. So I do that, and then I do a moisturizer. There was 2 different moisturizers I had got. So there's 3 you suggested, which was the Elf one. It's the same thing as me. It was a scent thing. I want to go in there. Just smelled good. So I got one of them though was the Formula Picture Perfect Day Moisturizer with SPF 15. I can't use it
because of the smell.
There's something about it.
Probably the SPF.
No, it's the actual like the scent of it.
Oh.
It is. What's the scent of it? Since it was. What is the thing? It is guava plus vitamin C. And the smell of it gives me an instant starts giving me a migraine immediately.
Oh, bummer.
I get migraines every couple months. And I felt one kind of coming on one day, and that's when this came in. I was like, I think I'm getting a migraine, whatever. And then I put this on, and it was like next day migraine. I was done. Because when you start getting migraines, your senses start to overload, and that killed me. And I waited for it to go away. About a month later, I took it and smelled it, and I started like getting like, I can only describe it as like I've had my nose broken, so I know it's like to get hit in the nose really hard, and that's what it feels like. It feels like somebody punches me square in the face to the point where I get it. My eyes hurt, my nose hurts, I get nauseated, everything immediately.
You are so sensitive to smells. That's so weird.
I really am. That's why when anyone is like, I got a candle, I'm like, shit. Can I see it? Oh, you can't light this. You can't. Why? Because I immediately get nauseous. There's like, I would literally be standing in my house going, what is that? Like, it smells terrible. Like I've scrubbed my whole house because it smelled weird, and everyone comes over like, dude, your smell is mine. You have Glade, or not Glade, but I have like these really fancy plugins like in every room, and they're like, house smells fine. It's like, nope, something's not right. And I will bleach my whole house.
David Sniffer says no.
I'm just really weird about smells. I get headaches and stuff really easy from them.
So Picture Perfect Day Moisturizer was not a go.
Not for me. I think some people may be fine. But
do you still have it? Because you can give it to me.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. You might like it. I couldn't do it. You can have it. You can have it. But I did get the Thirst No More moisturizer. I don't know why I went hardcore deep South Georgia with that one. But I got the Formula Thirst No More moisturizer. Wow. I use that after the shower. So I do the scrub in the shower, and then I do the serum, and when that kind of gets all absorbed, I do like 3 pumps, boop, 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 of the little. It's actually, that little thing goes a long damn way. I figured it'd be gone by now, but it's still holding strong like 2 months later. And I mean, one probably fine just for your face, but again, I do my face, my head, down my neck and stuff. Because again, it's exposed. So I make sure I get that cleaned off and everything. Because also,
does that one have a smell?
Very light. Very,
Okay.
very, very, very light, which is fine. I can smells are a thing. It's not. I like when things smell good, so
Right.
I don't avoid things without scents to them. I prefer things to have a
Right.
scent because I like things that smell like. I don't like I also don't like flowery. I like fruity smells like citrus,
Mm-hmm.
woodsy, and like fruits. So like that's why I thought the guava thing would work well.
You ever step foot in an Ulta?
Don't think so.
I don't think you should ever. They smell very like strong. There's all
Yeah,
kinds of stuff in there. I
right.
can't imagine you like God.
I
Do
can't.
you go in candle stores?
No, I can't. So I can't
I
go.
can't.
If it has like if some places like a consistent smell, I'm fine. But if it's like a lot of different ones, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So like if I go candle shopping, I actually like going candle shopping. I'm a weird guy.
Right.
I listen to hardcore death metal, crush your windpipe, smash head with sledgehammer music. And I like watching Disney movies and cuddling on the couch and shopping for candles. I make no sense. I'm a weird anomaly, and I
It's
accept that.
adorable.
Totally is, right? So the average vegans at gmail.com.
I love the plugs.
Right. No, no. I always tell anybody if I'm with someone who's like, let's go shop for candles, let's go in here. I'm like, that's cool, but we can only do for a short period of time, and at some point I'm gonna have to leave. Not
Yeah.
because I hate this, is because like if I smell too many things, it's an overload, and I get headaches, I get nauseous, and I have to like sit down. It's not good.
So interesting.
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from.
Your
but
nose works
it
overdrive.
really does. But the moisturizer is great. I use that right after once the serum dries. And I've talked to you because I've got like a blemish here and there. I don't ever really get acne. I get like on a rare occasion, I'll get one like right there where my beard is. But I've gotten one like right there, and I got a couple like right at the edge of the nose. And I was like, this is bullshit. This doesn't work. And you're like, no. I mean, it's working. I'm like, what?
Yes.
So it's like the
Yes.
vaccine because you feel a little sick. That means it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Like, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also
so-
your skin kind of has like, kind of like oh my gosh, I'm trying to take everything out at the same time and fix
Yeah.
everything at the same time kind of thing. And sometimes it wigs out a little bit. But
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Again, it was like I probably had like two. I had one right here yesterday, and I usually go away pretty quick. And I had like one on the side of my face the other day, about a month ago. That's it. It's not too bad. But we'll say like my nose gets really, really super dry, like right here, to the point where like it'll get raw and like get red, gone. Pretty much almost 100%
Yes.
gone. I'm like,
that's
oh my
good.
god, like it
That
works.
makes me excited.
Yeah, because
And
I
a lot
make
of
sure
that-
rub
It's
it in
every
really
step really for that too, because when you do your cleanser and the fact that you use a little scrubby, you're clearing all that dead skin away to kind of get to that freshness. So you're doing so good.
Yeah,
I'm
and
so proud.
I do notice a difference in like my skin texture and like even like the dryness on my nose because like I have a little bit rosacea too, not too bad. But mainly like dry skin. I have a lot of dry skin issues in like certain areas of my face, mainly around my nose. If I miss one of those steps, I can tell it was missed.
Oh,
So, yeah.
that's interesting.
If it's like late, I'm like I'm just a moisturizer on and something's going on. And like no, I gotta do all three. I'm like the next day I'm like fuck, my nose is bothering me. It's itching. It's irritable. But yeah, I noticed there's a huge difference in it, and yeah, so
That's very exciting. I'm proud of you for being like, okay, I'm gonna get into some skincare. And then I didn't want to overwhelm you. That's totally simple. You got it. It's fine. It's working good.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of you. That's very
and
good.
I didn't want to do anything overcomplicated because it's too complicated, too many steps, and it's late night. I'm like, I don't want to do this bullshit. But it's like I'm already in the shower,
Yeah,
so why not? I'm used to putting lotion on my face anyway,
exactly.
so just like one extra like step was fine. Also, the serum feels really cool. I'm a hot natured, so it's like it's all cooling. I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's like putting like a liquid ice pack on my face.
That's why I need the little mini fridge. Damn it.
I'm just selling it to you, man. That's all I'm doing.
So good. Okay, so we're going to leave links in the show notes to all the products that David has tried and likes, even the one that he doesn't like the smell too much. I'll even link that one because, you may like it. And I may link to the other suggestions I had too, because the Elf's Holy Hydration Cleanser, really, really good. So I kind of want to link to it too. I might give you guys some recommendations because I just love skincare so much. All right. So we've talked about a lot of stuff. We've talked about what to avoid in your skincare so that you aren't consuming some animal product because, they can be sneaky with that stuff.
Oh yeah.
We've given you a little bit of tip to make sure that your products don't expire too quickly. I've given you a little rundown of different kind of skincare products, which I think a lot of people, they like to hear the steps. I'm really fascinated by Korean skincare, which has 10 steps, but we won't go into that. I wish you guys could see David's face right now.
I'm just exhausted thinking about that.
Steps. It's fascinating. And I've also given you some recommendations for some skincare companies that I think you guys should try out. So here's what I want from you guys. I want your recommendations for some skincare companies because I like to try new products all the time. So please email us at theaveragevegans@gmail.com, or you can message us on Instagram or Facebook at theaveragevegans. Give me your skincare recommendations, please. I would love that. And you can find our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, or anywhere you get your podcast fix. Make sure to leave us a review, pretty please, and recommend us to your friends, family, coworkers, strangers, the delivery driver. Follow us everywhere. And of course, you can visit our website to see show notes, links, and more. We want to hear from you guys, of course, about skincare, but also about your episode suggestions, any questions you have, all that fun stuff. And that is it for this week.
All right. Well, until next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.